Some really great things in this episode, including one rare and beautiful little find that I pulled from the ground. Well, welcome to Finding America. It is really nice to see you here. Well, I just couldn't resist. I just had to return to that old plantation field. And I was hoping they might have had a chance to cut the grass. Well, I got there very early in the morning and immediately I saw that they just hadn't had a chance yet to cut it. And in some places, it was actually up to my chest. Well, I gave it a thought, but then I thought of all the incredible things that I found there and I decided the heck with it. I was just going to dive right in. With this place dating back to the earliest days of our country's history, I knew there were some great finds still waiting there to be found on the grounds. And that's what turned out to be the case. I found some really nice things, including a couple that absolutely blew me away. Well, I had a heck of a good day out there, and I really hope you enjoy watching this one. Well, it's definitely a beautiful morning out here. And I'm up bright and early out here, and I got geared up, got my Manticore, and I'm running the M8 coil, the small coil, because as you can see, the grass still hasn't been cut, and now portions of it are chest high now. But I'm just working my way in between it, and I took 2 steps away from the vehicle, got a 5 to a 6 on the VDI, and I dug down and I got, I don't know if it's a flat button or just a button back. I think it might be a button back. So, very happy with that. And probably a button back to a 2-piece button. And good chance that it had been Civil War era. So, that's a nice little start to the morning. Well, another reason I dig everything is that a lot of times, whatever I'm getting a signal on may be masking something better. And that was the case with this one. I just got done pulling out about 3 pieces of old barbed wire. And then I ran my coil over it, and this time I was getting a 14 to 16 nice conductive target. And I dug down. I think I might have something pretty cool. I don't know, it kind of looks like a thimble. I haven't picked it up yet. But, I don't know. Trying to see what that is too. There's always stuff in these holes. Check that out. Huh. Let's see. Yeah, it is a thimble. And I think it's an open-ended one. Very cool. Boy, that's an oldie. Yeah, that's with the open end. My. That is a very old thimble. Let me get it cleaned up and I'll come right back. But that is a great find, and happy to have gotten that one. Well, there it is. That is very cool. Absolutely a early thimble. Could go way back, early days of this property, early 1800s. And absolutely thrilled with that, and going to keep going. I'll tell you, I'm just going super slow. And anything repeatable, I'm just working it and isolating it from the iron. And that M8 is just perfect for this. So I'm absolutely thrilled. And who knows what's going to come out next. Well, I'll tell you, there is nothing better than spending a morning out here in the fields with the metal detector. It's absolutely beautiful right now, and we're in the low 70s for now, but I think the high is going to be like upper 70s, so it's not too bad. But I did get a nice little signal here I wanted to share with you. Nothing crazy, but it's the kind of thing that I just really enjoy finding. It was giving me a nice repeatable signal. I dug down, and after pulling a few small square nails, I pulled out a Mac Daddy square nail. Look at this. Absolutely beautiful. It's not broken off either. It doesn't appear to be. But that is a hand-forged nail made on the premises by the plantation's blacksmith. So that's just awesome. You know, if they needed something, well, they made it. You know, they didn't have catalogs to order it, and no stores nearby that carried them, so they just had to make what they needed, and this is obviously something they needed for something, and it was hand forged. So very cool. I love things like this, and yeah, I'll definitely be hanging on to this one. Well, just continuing to work through the high grass here, and got a nice 40 signal. Definitely repeatable. Dug down about, I'd say about 7 inches, and I wasn't sure what it was going to be, and I broke the clod open, and check that out. Now, I thought I had a collar stud or something like that, but I think what I actually have is a knob to a small drawer. I think that's what it is. Maybe to a jewelry box or who knows what. Maybe some kind of a small wooden drawer. And very cool. Definitely has some heft to it, and definitely very old. So happy with that. That's a really cool find. Oh, I might have something pretty good in this hole. Give me sort of a mixed conductive and iron target. And I dug down, and the first thing I got was the remains of this old hinge. So, toss that in my pouch. I checked the hole again, and off to the side, another target was freed up. Sounded really good. Give me like a 67, 68, somewhere in there. And I finally broke it loose. This ground's a little bit hard, but look at down there. You see that? Hopefully you can see that. That's something nice and round right there with an ant going about. Oh, a whole bunch of ants going across it. Oh, I can feel it. It's definitely a button. Okay, oh boy, look at that. Look at that flat button. 1810 to 1840s. Big flat button. Probably quarter size. It's got a nice back mark. Anything on the front? Doesn't look like it, but that's an awesome find. Perfect shank. Very nice. Let me get it cleaned up. We'll see what's on it, but boy, I'm just thrilled with that. I'll tell you, it's always a good day when you can find a flat button. Well, there you go. Beautiful back mark. It says standard color gilt, and this would have been an imported English button. It's C-O-L-O-U-R, the old English spelling, and just a great piece. Definitely 1810, 1820s, right about when the mansion was first built on this plantation. So I am thrilled with that, and it was originally gold gilt. So definitely a fancy button, and it would have gone on a very nice jacket back in the day. Well, I just wanted to take a quick minute to jump in here and ask everyone to go over to AmericanDigger.com and get yourself a year subscription to American Digger magazine. Now, I don't make a penny off of this, and the reason I do this is because I think it's an absolutely incredible magazine, and it's put out by equally incredible people. So I'd appreciate it if you headed over to AmericanDigger.com, support an American business, and trust me, when you get that first issue, you will be so glad that you did. Well, I was getting a really nice conductive target here with some iron in the hole too, but it seems I found the conductive piece first, and it is a pretty nice piece. Let me turn this pinpointer off. It is a really heavy piece of brass. You can see the green patina on it. It is definitely nice. Let's see if I get in the light here. It is fighting me. But look at that. See that piece? Very unusual profile. Very thick. Very old. So I'm not really sure what that went to originally, but I'm going to see if I can figure it out, because it is definitely an early piece. So I just had to show you that one, and yeah, I'm having a ball out here, just picking signals out between the grass. Well, I do have something pretty cool in this hole. Matter of fact, it's pretty funny. If you saw last week's episode, when Chris found this, I was just pretty blown away with it because I'd never seen this style before. And this one was giving me a signal in the 20s. Really, just ear-splittingly loud. Rude little iron target. And I thought, well, let's go ahead and dig this one out. And as soon as I popped the hole, I saw some crock and some salt glaze in there, little bits of pottery, and then pinpointer said it was still in the hole, so I gave it a pop, and out popped this. Check this out. Hopefully that's coming through. Look at that. That is exactly like the one Chris found, except this one is pretty darn complete. I think it's the matching one to his. Check that out. Because I just loved the ends here. You know, I'd never seen this before. And very cool. So this is a European style pivot bit, and it would date back to the mid 1700s into the first part of the 1800s. And it's just a great piece. You can see how it would have joined with the other one. That's how it looks like it wore out right there. It would have a little loop on that end. But isn't that awesome? Very cool. So Chris and I both have one. And yeah, a great piece dating from the very earliest times of this old mansion. Well, I have to say I was pretty psyched at finding that piece. Finding a matching one to the one that Chris found, that was pretty incredible. It's like finding both earrings in a park. It just rarely ever happens. Well, I got something pretty cool in this hole. Give me a 33 on the VDI, dead on the conductive line on the screen, and dug down and it popped out right away. And it might look like just a bent old piece of garbage to some people, but it's actually a pretty cool piece. This is a Victorian picture hanger. Now this would have had a little, would have folded over just a little bit here, and it would have hung on the picture rail molding near the ceiling. From about 1850 until the late 1800s, these were very popular. And then of course the wire from the painting or picture would have slid in there, and that would have hung from the wall. That's how they used to hang them. Well, I got a nice little repeatable iron signal, and went ahead and dug it, and it's pretty cool. It's right up my alley. Another hand-forged hardware piece. Look at this one. Isn't that cool? All handmade. Little hook down here on the bottom. That is pretty darn cool. No idea what that would have been used for, but I definitely like it. And yeah, I just like anything old and cool, and I especially like hand-forged items. I've got something pretty good in this hole. It was giving me a 62, just beautiful signal. Repeatable, smack on the conductive line on the Manticore. I'd say about 6-7 inches down, I popped it and it broke loose from a dirt clod, and that's how it landed. Right there. Another flat button, it looks like. Nice. Oh, it's heavy. About the size of a penny to a nickel. It's definitely heavy. Let's see. Unfortunately it's plain. And I think it does have a pretty nice back mark on it, so that's cool. I always like that. So 1810 to 1840s. And if you're new to the hobby, when you get the flat buttons and they don't have a back mark, you're pretty much looking at 1790 to 1810 for these brass ones. And then if it does have a back mark, 1810 to 1840s. So kind of a general rule of thumb, and it's nice. It definitely lets you know you're in an old area. Well, I tell you, I'm finding so many iron relics here, and I'm also starting to find a lot of iron slag. I'm starting to think that maybe the bricks and everything I'm finding in the ground here might have been the remnants of the old blacksmith shop. Pretty cool. And it would also explain the Civil War relics and everything too, because the soldiers would have been coming here to get their horses shod and all types of things needed from a blacksmith shop during the war. So pretty darn cool. And got another nice hand forged iron piece right here. Give me a mid-30s, just a real sharp target, only one direction though, and it was giving me a long signature on my screen, and it's actually very cool. I found a couple of these here, and yeah, I believe these are like wood splitting wedges, and with this flat side on this side, and they're just hammered in there to split the wood or logs. I believe that's what that is. If anyone knows otherwise, let me know. But great piece, and another great iron artifact. Well, this one was a real booger to get out. The ground is just getting really, really tough out here. So dry. I dug down and I saw an iron hook sticking out of the ground, and I had to get my shovel and really work at getting this out, but it was buried just like this. Yeah, this is probably to a yoke, some type of horse tack, but yeah, that's it's definitely old. It appears to be hand forged. Seen a lot of use too. You can see the wear on the rings. So pretty cool piece, and I'd say it's probably 150 years old. Well, just going low and very slow, and I managed to isolate a nice 33 VDI smack on the conductive line, so got my hopes up a little bit. I had no idea what I was going to find, but I dug down, lost the signal, completely gone. So I moved the dirt around, I got a little bit of a signal, and I dug down a little deeper, and boy, even when it was out of the hole, it was hard to find. But check this out, I got something very, very cool. You can see that right there? And that looks like a pocket watch winder. That is awesome. And haven't looked at it yet. Yeah, that's definitely a little pocket watch winder. And I think it's got something on it. Got some kind of a design, I think. Gotta be careful with it though. I can definitely feel something on it. Ooh. Yeah, it's got a very green patina. I'm not sure if it's a solid patina or sort of a powdery one, so hopefully it stays intact. Boy, I've got something on there, I think. And then here's the other side. Yeah, I think there's definitely something on there. I don't know. Let me get the Andre pencil out and I'll see if I can't find something on this, but I'll be right back. Well, whether it's plain or has a design, it's a heck of a good find. And very, very old pocket watch winder. Boy, I tell you, this is an incredible find. Not only does it have a design, it has it on both sides with two different designs. And this one is a person on horseback where someone's standing in front of the horse. It's like they're conversing back and forth. And if you look at the top there, right up here, there's sun rays coming down. At least that's my best guess. Never seen one like this ever. And look at this side. This is even wilder. It's got a horse at full gait and a man standing on top of the horse. It's crazy. I don't know what to make of it. It is the coolest thing I have seen in a long time. That is one heck of a cool find. Absolutely amazing. I can't wait to get it home and clean it up just a little bit more. See exactly what's going on here, but man, if the watch winder is this fancy, imagine what the watch was like. Whew. And we're talking old. I'm gonna 1700s, early 1800s. Old piece. What an incredible piece. That made my day right there. Absolutely made my day. This made all the hard work worthwhile. Just awesome. All right, I'm going to admire it off camera now. I'm probably starting to bore everyone, but what a great find. Well, I have to say that's one of the best pocket watch winding keys that I have ever dug. And its equestrian theme certainly fits the old Tennessee plantation I found it on. Now, don't go anywhere just yet because I have an awesome, big, huge old photo finale coming up in just a few seconds. And at the very end of this episode, you'll see a link in the upper left-hand corner of the screen that'll take you to another great Finding America episode. Matter of fact, this one was so great that I called it Shocked. It was actually the follow-up to the episode I linked to last week, and it left me shocked with silver and gold. Now, I hope you enjoy watching that one, and I hope you enjoyed watching this one. And remember, it's history that makes a find a treasure. And I can't wait to see you back here next week on Finding America.